Hey, this is Rachel Friedman, and you are listening to The Wellness Boss. Look, the entry bar in the coaching industry is really low. So to compete in the coaching industry, you have to be really fucking good at your craft. That's why every week I will be sharing my tips, tools, and stories to help you become the best coach possible for your clients. Truthfully, guys, let's be real. This is the backbone of your business, and it's what's going to make you a sought-after coach with a thriving business. So let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. So, episode number 71. Holy smokes. Really hard to believe, but also super, super exciting. So, how are you, my friends? Are you having the most fantastic week? I hope so. And if not, that's okay too. I'm having a really, really great one. And I hope you enjoyed last week's episode with Tyson Bradley. Tyson is a peer of mine, a fellow coach, and very wise, very funny gentleman. And I highly, highly recommend that you go listen if you haven't yet. So before we jump into today's episode, which is going to be, I decided a 3-part series, each of them very short. Part 1 is coaching versus consulting. And then part 2 is going to be coaching versus teaching. And then part 3 will be coaching versus therapy. These are questions that often come up, I know, for coaches, and I want to give you the words, cannot talk today, to be able to describe and explain the difference. So that's what we're going to go into today. We're going to talk about the difference between being a coach, receiving coaching, versus being a consultant and receiving that type of advice. So before we go into all of that, let me just tell you, I've got some exciting news. 2 things. Number 1, the name of the podcast is changing. So I wanted to tell you that we're changing the name of the podcast because as my business has evolved since I started this podcast, the name to me just doesn't quite fit what the content is surrounded around. And yes, I see us all as wellness bosses, so it's not that it's totally off, but I wanted to really speak to who my ideal client really is. And I want to make sure that this information, the tools, the knowledge, the wisdom that I hope to bring you on the podcast is getting to all the coaches out there who really, like myself, believe that the heart, the soul, the foundation of your business is your craft. I really have a passion. I have a firm belief that when we are so good at what we do, when we are able to over deliver, and we are able to bring such incredible value to our clients, then our work actually speaks for itself. And the marketing and the sales gets to be super easy. And the reason I have such a passion for this is because it's me. It's what I've noticed in my business, especially over the last year, that the more I refine and hone my skills, the more I integrate very powerful techniques and tools into my coaching, the faster, the more sustainable the results my clients also get. And I want this for each of you. So what is the new name, Rachel? The new name is Mastering the Craft of Coaching. So make sure if you haven't yet, subscribe. So as the name changes, you will still be getting the episodes. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell your peers, because tell anyone who is a coach who wants to be really fucking amazing at coaching that I am going to be dropping truth bombs. I'm going to be dropping wisdom, going to be sharing stories, and having some incredible guests, some already recorded, coming soon to you. So take note, new name of the podcast, Mastering the Craft of Coaching. And I hope you love it as much as I do. All right. Second news drop, second exciting, I think super exciting thing that I want to let you all in on before I've even put it out, at least as I'm recording this. It might be out by the time this drops on social media. I am hosting the first ever Live Your Dharma live event. So what is it and who is it for? The Live Your Dharma live event is for coaches like you who believe and understand that as they refine and hone their coaching, as they elevate it, their clients are absolutely leaving sessions with tons of aha moments. They are sending you raving testimonials. They are thanking you in text messages, and they are telling their peers, their friends, their family about you. And this live event is if that is what you want your business to feel like, to be like. And let me tell you about why being in person is so freaking valuable. There is nothing like the energy that we share when we are immersed in an experience. When we are immersed in a call for 1 hour, for example, those are great and we can learn a lot and grow a lot. But imagine amplifying that over 3 days, doing it with people that are in this business and who are wanting to get the same type of results for their clients together and being able to share that energy. It is absolutely freaking magical. I can tell you from experience. My coach, she hosted a live event for us about a year ago. I left that live event with a buzz. I left it on fire and so rejuvenated and so excited in a way that I almost can't even put words to it. And then again, just a couple of months ago, I went to Cabo with her in a very intimate small group. Again, elevating my business, elevating my coaching in ways that I don't even have words to describe. So it's not that it's better than taking time over a program. It's that it is equally in conjunction amazing. So if you've been wanting to work with me and right now it feels like the 3-month or the 6-month container, it's too much. Here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity in South Florida, sunny South Florida, most beautiful location where we're going to spend time together. We're going to spend time together practicing your coaching, implementing, applying techniques and tools, doing them with each other and really feeling it, embodying it, experiencing it. There is nothing like this, guys. Seriously, I've never seen anything like this out there, at least that I've seen, in the industry. And we're also going to take time, which I think is so important, to rejuvenate you because you can only give so much. And it's so important that you are refueling your container. So we're going to spend time doing activities and exercises to rejuvenate you too. So it's equal parts. It's actually 3 parts. One part is personal self growth and rejuvenation, getting your inside out filled up energetically, physically, emotionally. Okay. Second part, application, practicing coaching, getting feedback on your coaching in person and then applying it. And then last part is having fun with like-minded people, connecting, bonding, and growing. Okay. So if you're interested, if you're like, sign me up right now, Rachel, I want you to know, send me a message and I'll give you all of the information, or come follow me on Instagram or on Facebook and I'll have the link there for you very shortly. I might even have the link in the show notes by the time this episode drops. Live Your Dharma Live, November 11th to 13th. Get ready, guys, because you will have experienced nothing like this before. All right, so let's jump into today's episode, which I promised you was not going to be super long. It's going to be a little bit of just like a rant, I guess. So let's talk about the difference between coaching and consulting. First, remember, these are my thoughts, my opinions, and you can take it or leave it. It's my understanding. That's all I can ever share with you. Coaching is holding a space for your client where you believe in their own unique inner wisdom and expertise. It's where you believe your client has the answers to everything they want, need, and desire in their life. Now, you might be saying, well, then why do we need a coach if we have it all from within? The truth is, our brains literally block us from seeing a lot of our inner wisdom. So a coach is kind of like a squeegee. So if you think about some glass and it gets very murky and very dirty, right? A coach is going to spray the cleaner, right? And then squeegee layer by layer off to help you see who and what you truly are. Okay. So a coach's job, and if you are a coach, which you probably are if you're listening, is to help clean off those dirty layers so the individual can tune in to their own unique genius, their own wisdom, and then move forward and make decisions, change patterns and habits that are not working for them to reach their goal, to reach what they desire, what they want. And we do that in coaching through listening, active listening. And if you haven't listened to the podcast episode on active listening, I highly suggest. Active listening is actually listening, being truly present, not listening to respond, not listening to connect, but listening from their brain to understand. It's staying open and curious. It's staying neutral. So as a coach, it's very essential that we are able to stay on the ground and not jump in the pool with our clients. And what I mean by that is that when you stay on the ground and you stay neutral, you're not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing with your client. It's very non-judgmental. We're just seeing it as it is and then pointing it back to our clients. We're letting them help us understand, and then we're going to help them understand why or why not they're getting where they want to be. Okay. Active listening is also being able to listen for what's not being said, what's missing, so we can show the client. A coach is a space holder, meaning we have to be able to sit back and hold that uncomfortable space, that silence, to give our client the time for their own brain, their body, to give them the information they need. When we jump in with question after question, we are actually blocking their wisdom. So if you're a coach and you're listening, I want you to know these are some of the key components that you need to integrate into your coaching to be effective. It's active listening. It's listening for what's not being said. It's holding space, sitting with the discomfort. And it's staying open and curious, asking those questions, asking those open-ended questions that have no, hear this really clearly, guys, agenda. Your coaching has no agenda. It is not about you. It is about this person and tapping into their wisdom. And so often I see this with coaches. They have such good intention, but the question actually has an agenda underneath it, even the open-ended questions. Closed questions, we try to stay away from those for the most part. So being a coach is helping your client shine awareness on what's going on. And then it's giving them the skills and the tools to be compassionate to themselves. And then to help them come into a place of acceptance so then they can move forward. Okay. So being a coach, in my opinion, is one of the greatest honors because we are holding belief in people higher than the belief they have in themselves right now. I like to say that my clients get to borrow my belief in them. I have such strong belief and conviction in them that they can have whatever they desire. I really, truly believe our desires have been given to us through God, and they are the roadmap for our soul. So whatever they desire, I know is ready for them. It's just now them doing the work to step into it. And you get to do the same for your clients. You are a coach. Okay. So what is the difference between coaching and consulting? A consultant, from my very limited amount of knowledge, is often telling you what to do. You are counting on that person's knowledge and wisdom to guide you. It's not that one is better than the other. I just want you to know that as a coach, it is not your job to tell your client what to do. We trust in the inner wisdom and the unique genius of that person. It's not to say that sometimes you might step into consulting role, right? When it comes to, if you're, for example, a business coach and you have some strategy that you know works and is effective and you might suggest it. Or for example, if you're a weight loss coach and you have a protocol that you ask your clients to follow, nothing's wrong with that. They can blend together, my friends. But if you are a coach, what I want you to hear right now is it's really important that the basis of your business, of your practice, is you holding the space, listening, using questions, peeling back the layers, getting underneath the surface, understanding what's going in the unconscious mind, healing those wounds to help this person move forward. Then if you step into consulting, giving them specific strategies and techniques, fine. But if you are just coming in, giving your clients advice, please, for the love of God, just call yourself a consultant so we can keep the integrity of the coaching industry. Okay, so coaching, holding the space, seeing your clients, that their own unique wisdom, brilliance comes from within. Consulting is giving, telling, suggestions, advising your client. Okay, my friends, I want you to know it's not that one is better than the other. They're just two different mechanisms to create results and change. And you want to make sure that you enter a coaching relationship clean and clear first for yourself. Then that way you can be super clean and clear when you get on a sales call with a potential client. Because if that client is coming to you and they want you to tell them what to do and how to do it, you just want to be honest with them. That's the role of a consultant. And if you are a coach, I want you to hold the integrity of what you believe in. Now, if you are a coach and a consultant, then feel free to communicate that with your client. But again, I think it's important that we're honest and we're upfront with our clients from the beginning. Otherwise, here's what can happen. At least I've experienced this. Client enters the container and they think you're going to be giving them lots of advice and telling them what to do. And then you're not. What do you think's going to happen? They're going to be frustrated. They're going to be annoyed, and they're probably going to get a little pissed off. At least that's what I experienced. And here's the truth. I want you to take responsibility for where in your consult call were you not clear, were you not able to communicate how your process works. Okay? So I want you to sit down right now and I want you to define what is a coach, what is a consultant for you. And if you are a coach, I want you to root yourself and ground yourself in what you truly believe in. And I want you to take a stand for it like I am. It's very important. And then when you are marketing and selling yourself, it is going to be so much cleaner and it's going to attract the right people to you. Now, if you're struggling in your coaching and you're like feeling like, wow, I think I just give a lot of advice, I really want to encourage you to get support, to grow your coaching skills, which is exactly what we do in the Live Your Dharma coaching certification. Okay. We refine and hone those skills that I mentioned. So you're not dropping into advice giving. You're not leading your clients in their questions. You're really helping to peel back those layers so they can see what they're doing, how to clean it up, tapping into their wisdom. You support them on that journey to get to the results they want. What I want you to know, at least what I've experienced, is that in coaching, when we're really coaching and people actually tap into their own inner wisdom, the results they create are so sustainable and they're very powerful because they came from within. Versus my experience with consulting is that they're harder to maintain and the person tends to need that person more ongoing. I want to be part of an industry that's empowering people to stand on their own, to trust in themselves. Okay. And if you want to be a part of that, I would love to support you in that journey and help you show up as that masterful coach that I know you are. And here's what it takes. It doesn't take just studying a manual. It doesn't take, in my opinion, reading a bunch of books. It doesn't take just listening to a bunch of podcasts. Although all these things are very helpful, I don't want to diminish them. Truly, what it's going to take are three things, guys. It's practice. It's practicing your coaching and getting feedback. The feedback from me or your peer saying, hey, that was a leading question. Let's think about other ways you can ask that. Okay. It's getting those practice reps in, getting that feedback, and then applying it. There's nothing as powerful as this. Okay. It takes you getting coached on your own blind spots. We all have them. That's why I will always have a coach to help keep my brain super clean. And then the third piece is really integrating essential techniques and tools into your coaching that are often being skipped in a lot of coaching programs. Okay, here's what I want you to know. That when you do this, your coaching elevates. And like I mentioned in the beginning, your clients are so freaking excited. They are so elated. They're like, oh my God, you are the person I've been looking for my entire life. And it might seem dramatic, but you will seriously hear these things. In your business, no doubt in my mind, will thrive. Okay, so that's the type of support you're looking for, then I want to invite you to apply. We're open right now. We start in November. And if you're looking for a taste, join the live event where we're going to immerse in this and have so much freaking fun. All right, my friends. So part 1, coaching versus consulting. Make sure to sit down and get clear and clean for yourself. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of The Wellness Boss. If you want to learn more about my work, come visit me at RachelBethCoaching.com. That's Rachel minus the extra A, BethCoaching.com. I hope you'll have the most fantastic week. Don't forget to subscribe and review and to share this podcast with all your friends. See you next week. Namaste.